And welcome back to the TNEC cast. Your man Shuff with the Weapon K. And like I always say, we are the TNEC cast. Welcome back to another episode. So before I do the housekeeping and everything like that, got another kind of big, celebratory thing. Well, even though, for everybody, it'll be tomorrow, it'll be yesterday, but today is the 5-year birthday for TNEC as an official company. So 5 years, man, a lot is going on, and I just want to, as the head of the darn thing already. I want to
45 seconds in.
I want to, say thank you to everybody that's been tapped in with us in all the various ways and all the different things we have out there. Whether you were a client, you're somebody that, you went on the competition team, you're on TNEC on demand, you watch this, you used to watch Motivation Monday, used to just whatever it is, however you came through onto TNEC. Thank you for riding with us on this crazy journey. You've seen the growth. So anybody's whether you put finances into it, you put time into it, whatever, you've seen the growth from 2017 to now. Still crazy to say 2017. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. That's a really big deal, because a lot of people, they'll start a business and 6 months to a year later they're up out of here, and we're continuing to ascend. Also thank you to Kay. Almost 3 years ago now, he reached out, said, hey, I'm trying to get down. I'm trying to get that, what's going on. And, he's been an integral part of the success over the last couple of years. So, thank you, Kay, for, riding with it. But thank you to everybody. So now to the housekeeping. We did enough of the kumbaya. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get going on TNEC on demand. Let's get going on here. Things are about to blast off from a competition standpoint. We got DSC coming, so we got athletes there. We got another show coming up that we got some people in. Did we say it on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was with Kyrie, got a show in June coming up, so he getting ready to do his, do the damn thing. It doesn't count as a curse, do the thing. So we got a lot coming, man. We gonna be zooming and booming. So just stay tapped in, and make sure you're tell a friend, get them in. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting a lot and all that, man. We appreciate you, and yeah, it's okay. How you feeling?
I'm chilling, dog. Everyone woke up this morning. Life is good. Life is good. This episode, we're going to be talking about how do you know if you actually gave it your all in the gym? Mm-hmm. Because I know, like me personally, I ask myself that question every day. It's like, could I have gone harder? And that's where you have to ask yourself and be like, okay, yes, no, where do I go harder? But Isaac has some personal experience that he would like to enlighten us with. So go ahead, brother.
So, we like to draw from, as Kay said, personal experience. So I was in the gym earlier today, and I just noticed how much I was sweating. So my first thought was, I was like, I started to really kind of think back. I was like, all right, is this because I'm still, coming back from being sick with, we're not going to say it because that messes up the algorithm and everything like that, but coming back from that. And I am 100% in everything now, but, it still has its effects or whatever. And I'm just like, is it because of that? Or, what's going on? Because before I would, I'd sweat a little bit and everything like that. Now we're talking about during a lift, I'd sweat, but I wouldn't, it was never, I would more like glisten up here, not full blown dripping sweat. Shirt would get damp, not wet. Those are things I've been noticing that have happened over the last, 3 to 4 months. So again, I'm just sitting there looking at it, I'm doing my workout, actually a new one I just wrote, heavy push. So it's, slightly different. And I'm just like, man, but I know one major difference is up here. My drive is different. My focus is different. I'm becoming even more of a sniper versus a bazooka. When I first got into this, I was truly a bazooka. Heavy, all out, just overcoming everything with just, I'm going to just overcome it by overwhelming it. Now I've turned into a sniper, and I've noticed myself getting stronger. I've noticed all these different things. So now I'm just sitting there thinking, like, am I doing more? Is it because I am working harder, and things like that? So said to myself, especially on a Monday, I was like, well, I'm gonna be talking to Case, so I got to ask him how does he feel about this? How does he see this? Because there are the obvious ways to kind of know that you are giving it your all, like you hit a PR, you did something a little bit longer, things like that that are extremely tangible. But sweat isn't really tangible because it could just be 20 degrees hotter in there today than it was the day before. You know what I mean? So that's where, people, I don't know if you remember the shirt where it says now you can leave or whatever, because it's sweated in the wet and everything like that, which, cool idea and everything like that. But technically sweat is just an indicator of your internal body temperature. Now there's a correlation with work, but sometimes it's just because you see a lot of we're not trying to be disrespectful. We see a lot of overweight people, they're dripping sweat. But you're not going to tell me that person is working harder than me just because they're sweating more. You know what I mean? So with all the preamble parts of that, the thing is that what we're trying to figure out, and this is a conversation and we want you guys that are out here listening, that are out, going to the gym, you're listening to this in cardio this morning and you're getting ready to go do your lift later or after this, whatever your thing is. How do I know that I really just went in there and just had a dirty workout? Like, I put everything into it. Like, I I know that I got better today. How do you know that? Like, what do you do? And I know it seems like a rhetorical question, and please, drop something in the comments if if you're feeling it. But cause I honestly think right now I'm kind of gauging it off of, I really never in a million years thought I would say this, is my perspiration. Like I'm noticing a difference. And a conversation, I can't remember who I had this with, but conversation, they were actually talking to another athlete, and the athlete was saying how, they don't sweat much at all. And then they were like, well, do you really think you're working that hard? And at first I was like, man, that's a dumb thing to say. But then I really thought about it. I was like, because it's somebody that actually looks the part and actually work, and everything like that. They're not somebody that's on the other end of the spectrum. And then I got to think about it with myself, because now I started going back and thinking about, man, in 19 and 20 and 21, when I wasn't sweating quite as much, and, I thought I was working real hard and doing all, was I leaving stuff in the gym that I didn't realize? Like, that really hit me. So now, like, look, I'm glad I picked it up now. You know what I'm saying? But, I'll ask you, Kay, because I don't have a definitive answer. You know me, I'm pretty confident. When I know, I'm like, hey, this is it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, for sure.
I do not have a definitive answer. I know I feel like if I'm talking to James, what up, coach? I know I could tell him, hey, coach, I've been, hand to God, I've been busting my butt, and not just because I'm doing the activity, but because I'm feeling and seeing in that intensity. And when I'm tense, I'm not running around the gym like the Ultimate Warrior. What I'm saying is, so it's a push day. So once I get that weight up on my knee and I'm holding it and I know that I'm getting ready to do this, it's on. Yeah. And I'm controlling that weight. So even with the slightly heavier weight, I'm feeling, oh, here it comes down. Like, I'm feeling everything that I'm doing, man. Like in a great way. I'm controlling it. It's okay. I know, because I know you kind of started to talk about it earlier before we hopped on. Like, kind of play off of me, man. What do you I'll put it like this: what I said sparked in you to kind of think about how you're taking this in, especially because you mentioned about being in prep?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of those, you actually taught me this, it's one of those indicators of progress, right? It could be. You know how you're losing weight. Like yesterday, I looked at my wife and I was like, my pants are loose. Like, I have to put a belt on, man. And that's an indicator of progress. I'm coming down. That could be also an indicator of work. So you can have like a PR, you can have sweat equity, maybe, and you can have pump. You can judge all of that. Okay, I didn't sweat a lot this workout, but I hit PRs and I got a nasty pump. Did I make progress? Did I get better today? Yes, right? I didn't, this is for me, I didn't hit a PR today because I'm on 100 grams of carbs. I got a nasty pump and I am drenched. Did I win today? And the answer is yes. I would definitely say yes. So that would be my thing with you, and be like, whoa, that's a check. Because indicating something's working, maybe. You know, I think it's like correlation, but not causation.
Yep.
Right. So it might, but that's where everyone is different. Where it's just like you said, an overweight person is just like, bro, they walk up the stairs, they start drenched.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know, it's just body temperature. That's it. There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
complicated and that's not sciencey about that. I'm privileged to work out in a gym that is like 85 degrees as base, and it's only going to get hotter. Like I remember last year prepping for nationals, like it was leg day, and I thought I was gonna die. It was 97 degrees in the gym, squatting. I saw Jesus for a second, like the outline of Jesus. Like this is it.
Just to frame up off of what you said, like for the people that really get busy, that really get busy in the gym, when you're going hard, 85 feels hot.
It's
So
hot.
imagine what, like in the 90s, because we deal with this in Texas a lot. So I'm telling you, you question a lot of stuff. Now he starts to get you like, whoa, what's going on here? Seeing double and all that. Sorry, okay, go ahead.
So, and this is also something that can also hinder your performance, right? So, like, if it's 97 degrees in the gym and you have a hoodie and sweatpants on, it's just like, you ain't gonna make it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's one of those things you just gotta judge, right? Yep. It's kind of like doing, it's like fasted cardio versus like regular cardio.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be less fed, so it's gonna produce like less output.
Mm-hmm.
On the fasted, but on the regular cardio, you have a little bit more energy. You can kind of push it a little harder. You can still keep your heart rate at the same, but one's going to be slower than the other one. Is it going to work? Probably. I don't know. That's out the scope of this podcast. But this is just things to think about. But me personally, like, yo, if I'm drenched, I'm drenched. If I'm not drenched, I'm not drenched. And even at 4 weeks out, I'm pushing hard. I put the logbook to the side because it's killing my ego. I'm getting weak. You know what I mean? You just watch it slowly just come down. You hit 6 PRs every single day, and all of a sudden you hit 1, and you're just like, I just can't. Let me just put this to the side. And that's when we focus more on technique and perfecting the craft and all of that. Make sure the pump is still there. So with the sweat equity, it's just like, hey, cool. You know, I got it done.
Yeah. Now it makes sense because, like, it's fun. Like it's funny how you mentioned the law, because right now I'm still at a point where I'm getting stronger, thankfully. You know, and you know, for me, prep's right around the corner. So then I'm gonna start, you know, going through that, and it's in the vein of this conversation. I'm thinking, what is going to be different when I'm in prep? Because I know I am way more locked in during my workouts. That's something prep. I know for a fact. Well, no, I'm just about right now. So I know going into prep, there's going to be that difference. And I'm not even going to lie. A lot of that comes from what I felt was a disappointing season last year. Ended prematurely. You know what I'm saying? My highest placement wasn't as good as my highest placement the year before. Now, look, it was a third. Actually, I got a couple of thirds. So there's a lot of people out there that would be ecstatic with that. But that's the person across from me or next to me, you know, wherever Kyrie is right now. That's not us. That's not the way we operate. Like we'll take it, you know, when we take it, but we understand that that's a mission fail for us. Even it doesn't matter. It could be a lineup of hitters. Well, if it's a lineup of not hitters, that's a different story. But it could be a lineup of hitters. It does not matter. The mission is we got to go there, get first place. And, you know, with that being said, so I know for myself, I know that locked me in even more. That where I was like, because, I mean, 2020, I did half the season as an amateur, half the season as a pro. 2021, it was all pro. And more people were out that weren't out in 2020 because of all the, you know, shutdowns and all that stuff. So with all that being said, I got more of an idea of where I need to be, what I need to work on. You know, Coach and I, we went to the lab and we're like, okay, this is what we got to get better on. And we've worked on it, you know, and this is another thing. This is my first true off season as a pro. And I've approached it as such.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I actually took something from you. You know, once my waist hit 30, I was at 191 and my waist had hit 30. And I was like,
Kill it.
Right?
Kill it.
That was what time to,
Yep.
cut off, like, not because I'm actually still technically in a surplus, technically, you know what I mean? But I've been losing weight, but it's really been losing fat, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to go into prep carrying too much. So I know that it's a mental thing in a good way that's carrying me through this. And I am glad that I can rely on that. But man, like, it's just like this whole conversation is very enlightening to me because, give you an example, a few days ago, I posted something from 2014 and I was 84 days into my 90 days. I lost 32.6, all these different things. I was excited, but I look at that body and I'm just disgusted. I'm like, that was me. And that was me improved. That was a vast improvement over those 84 days. And, when I thought I was doing something then, so I keep seeing, this is the good thing about taking pictures, Facebook memories, all these different things. You get to see the progress you make if you stay consistent. Yeah. And now, this newfound mental clarity, I have to be consistent with that. And I've been consistent the last, few months, but I got to keep going with it. That's got to become my norm. You know what I'm saying? And, for somebody that I believe I work my butt off and do all these different things, it's kind of humbling. It's like, damn, it's not like I just found like a new little level. Like, I just walked into a whole new house. That's very humbling when I got achievements. You know what I mean? So this isn't some, I'm a man now. I got achievements. I got some skins on the wall. So when you get to a point where you walk, I'm supposed to maybe just walk into a closet. You know what I'm saying? You find a little, I'm not supposed to open the door, line which in the wardrobe, and now there's a whole new world in front of me. Like, holy crap! Yeah. But hey, if I've done this much from here, and I got all this much more to go, I see that as a blessing.
Yep.
As we talked about the privileges and the blessing, I see that as a blessing. But it's something I want you guys to think about. Something I talk about with our clients and athletes all the time. Kind of about, are you really pushing? Are you really doing the things? So right now we're talking about effort, but I'm gonna take a little slight detour. It's just are you really hitting all your nutrition? Are you really hitting on all your, like, all these different things? Are you really hitting it? It's easy to say, oh yeah, I'm doing this, that. But are you really doing it? Because I know, like, when I'm in that, like, that's like, are you really giving it your all? But are you giving it your all the right way? Are you taking that weight that's way too heavy? Because that's the other thing I've been looking at. I've been looking at people knowing, like, you should not be doing that weight. I know you shouldn't be doing that damn weight. And then I ask them, I say, send me a video of you doing that weight. And then I know don't no video come through. Because they know they doing all this stuff. And it's just like, shout out to Beast Mode. I know he watches, but shout out to Beast Mode Jones. Make love to the weight. That's what you got to do. So what that means is you really got to. So for example, I'll give you a little, this is something from the old group chat that I posted, I learned from Jay Cutler. I actually told Kate personally about this also, about the pump set, do the little 5 reps, little pulse reps before you go, before you go into it. You may have known about it before that, but I mean, this was about a year and a half ago when I learned about it. Now something else I was doing, and so I won't give away too much, but when you and I talk, I'll tell you the whole gamut. But so what I noticed, so there was for the amount of sets, the starting off of the exercise, the first, I'm not gonna say the number sets, I did the 5 pulse because I was doing a slightly lower weight, and then I just went right into the heavy weight, and I noticed the difference. And when I tell you the output was more, that's when the sweat was dripping and all that. So it's a I think I might have an epiphany. It's like everything kind of like coming together. The great plan, the great effort, and seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So the big thing I want to challenge you guys out there to do is really like try to find as many different metrics as you can, so you know that you're really giving it your all. Because just because you think you're giving it your all, that ain't enough.
Yeah.
That ain't enough. You need to really be in a position where you're putting yourself to understand that you ain't questioning it. And when I say you ain't question it, no, I shouldn't say that because I questioned it today. But I was wondering. My question was like, "Holy crap! Like this is new. This is like I'm here."
Mm.
Versus, I'm not tired. I don't. That should tell you something. Like, or I'll see these kids in the gym. They just did this massive weight. Form is all jacked up. So basically, what that means, something that was just a move that was kind of like supposed to isolate the chest, turned into a full body movement.
Mm.
So the fatigue level really wasn't there because they didn't fatigue out that part. Everything in your body was working in a move that wasn't a full body movement. You get what I'm saying? So the fatigue wasn't there. So I see them just going where I'm watching myself as I'm doing my moves. I'm like, I'm not fatigued, but I feel I'm just like, yeah, yeah. And then we get to that next one, I'm ready, and I'm just like, all right, and I'm feeling it. Like, man, that's my thing, man. Really hold yourself accountable to getting better. Like
Bingo.
that's the thing, man. Like it's easy to come post on these things and pontificate. Shoot, almost did it. You know, it's easy to tell your coach, "Oh, I'm on it." Bop, 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 you know all this stuff. Prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it. Show it. Do it. Don't say it. Just do it. I love when I can people I haven't might talk to a couple 3-4 weeks and they've been I send them that message, man, you killing it. Oh my God, send them a picture of their side by side, send them a picture of the graphs, all that stuff. And I know how good that feel to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they letting their actions speak for them instead of telling coach, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," or "I'm okay." I was gonna tell him, I hear that stuff every day.
You might do it again.
Because like I'm having epiphanies and I'm just like,
Mm. See,
you
that's
know,
that's a big motivating factor as well, and that's why I think having a coach is important. Because like, I know you're probably the same way. Like whenever I send Kyle a check in, I want him to look at it and be like, "What the hell happened?" Like in a good way, Like, God, all right, cool, let's do it again. Let's do it again every week. It's just like, Lord, like, cool, come on, man, come on, dog. And also, you were talking about how you had a disappointing season last year. And it's like, so have I. I've been like, I have this. I think I talked about this on the very first episode of the cast. Yeah, because I talked about my ammo box, right? And I have this screenshot from whenever I won the Texas Cup, and it was from this random dude. He was like, "Many just don't understand how contestant 157, not me, I was 150, definitely had the best physique. This was a shocker to many." And it was just like, oh word, oh word, and I'll just read that in the parking lot before I go into the gym. Oh word. I go back to one of they posted me as soon as I won, and it was off guard photo, and homie put, "I don't know about this one. ... Oh word? You're gonna see me. You are going to see me, man. No post. You gonna catch this. Like, I don't care. It's fuel, right? Do I know the guy? Do I hate the guy? No. Hey, I love the guy. But he's got to catch this work. So, if you want, I saw this on Patrick Bet David. He did a post with this. He was just like, you want to be fired up for the next 30 days? Remember every negative comment someone has told you. You will never lose that weight. You can never beat whoever. Dude, you suck at college. Why are you... Just quit already. You have to put him in body bags, dog. Metaphorically, alright? Let's relax, guys. Metaphorically. You gotta take their souls, dog. There's no other option. So
that's a fact, man. That's a fact. Like, shout out to Sarita.
Oh yeah, even Sarita.
We all been there. You know what I mean? Somebody, make a comment and, you just gotta, don't let it break you. Let it make you.
Mm-hmm.
Cause then they're going to have to be the one. Cause when you get to Smile with your whatever you win to shut them up.
That's it.
And then the best thing is you can send them a message. Thank you.
Ooh! Remember?
Ooh! You know what they do when they read that message? They punch in there.
It's simple stuff like that, man. It'll take you a long way. Little tricks. You have to, like Michael Jordan, I never really understood this, but he was like, yeah, I used to make stuff up just to get me hyped up for the... Bro, that's a damn near superpower right there, dog. That is nasty, bro.
So I'll tell you something that I do. Even when I'm on ZDT, because that's when we were talking about this, I look at Facebook comments before I go to the gym. It might have nothing to do with me per se, but just like the ignorance and people, you know what I mean? And it just pisses me off. That's not, It just gets me so angry. Take it out. Yeah. Like literally take it like right before, like I'll be in the parking lot, or if I go after I go to the bathroom, I'll just scroll through real quick. Certain people I just know they're just repeat offenders, so I just
cool. Yep. Better than smelling salts, dog.
But again, and that's another way to get yourself with the effort, fired up. But be smart, man. Don't look, when we're saying this is more of a suggestion versus a, hey, go do this.
Yeah.
Not everybody can handle that, because some people with comments, it might, and I'm not going to be like right, wrong, or indifferent. We all, because look, there could be something that somebody says it to K, it angers him and fires him up, but they say it to me, it breaks me down, and vice versa. You just don't know, because somebody could be spitting all this stuff, we're both smiling, and all of a sudden you see that face turn. It turns either to the Incredible Hulk or, and it just, so you gotta be careful with that. That's why you don't want to ride on emotion. Be careful. Like understand what you're doing with it. Don't play with that fire, and because that fire will burn you and consume you. Because emotions are nothing to take lightly. Nothing to take lightly. Trust me on that. That's why I've learned how to channel my rage. You know what I'm saying? I'm not what I once was. You know what I'm saying? I know how to put it in positive things, but just be real, man, with somebody. But the thing is, take that negativity and use it as that, as the fuel. Because now, how can they hurt you? They say something bad. Guess what? That's gonna fuel you to the next step. And you can say thank you. They say something nice. You're, hey, cool, thanks. All right, you keep it moving. But those now you've taken one, you've taken one arrow out of their quiver. You know what I mean? To take it down. So, speaking of the Jordan thing, I saw something about Kobe. It was when he was in high school, and the other team, it was just so funny because these are all people like basically my age. Because Kobe's a little bit older than me. RIP was a little bit older than me. Long story long, it was his team. He was just, Kobe was a senior, and if you guys don't know, Kobe was head and shoulders the best player in the country at that point, and. Some kids, some teams, and you could tell. These kids were overmatched. Like, yeah, as a team, we could stop them. And Kobe was just like, Kobe's like, you can see what he really wanted to say. He stops and he just goes, "We'll see."
Yep,
we'll see.
That's it.
You proceed to dominate him. That's how you gotta look at life. Those people that doubt you. As the Macho Man says, when he brought that thing of creamer out, the cream rises to the top. Be that cream, baby. Be that cream.
But yeah, anything else you want to tell the people?
No, that's all I got, man. Hey, DSC, we're gonna change that number. You see 112. We'll talk. If it's not the next episode, it's gonna be the episode after that. We're gonna talk more about that, go into that, give you like a preview and all that stuff. Maybe bring some special guests on. We'll see. But shit, man, I'm just man, blessed beyond measure, and so thank y'all for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's all I got.
All right, until next time, guys. Peace.